Hello there, day 12 of the Amazon Advent Repair Challenge. So let's see if me, my mate Vince, can fix anything on day 12.
Heat lamp.
Here we have a Hangsung infrared heat lamp, and again it appears to be completely new. Instructions, goggles, box, packaging, and the item seems to be perfect. Yet it's completely dead. So if we turn it on here and we hit the little button down here, I can't hear any noise, I can't see any lights, I can't feel any heat. It's just completely dead. So what's caused this new product to fail? Is it just going to be the lamp, because it looks like it's got one lamp going across the middle there, or is it something more involved? Let's bring it over to the map and see why this has failed when it appears to be brand new. And if, like me, you're wondering what on earth this thing actually does, it's supposed to do something to your blood circulation. Look there, back pain. Put the heat on your back, and then all of a sudden you're going to have great circulation. Deep focused infrared warmth, effective for colds and muscle tension, boosting your well-being and bringing further positive effects. And it looks like it's got a powerful halogen lamp of 200 watts. All very impressive.
Right, when I was bringing it into this room here, I heard something that doesn't sound too great. So I think it is just going to be a smashed lamp. Now, 2 screws here. And is it up here? No. How do I get to the bottom ones? I can see two bits in here. Not quite sure how I get to them. Okay, well, I undo these 2 screws to begin with, but I know that I'm going to have to get to the bottom ones. That's 2 out. Are you going to open up? No. How on earth are you supposed to get to... Oh. No. I've got no way of actually getting to these ones. Oh, through those little holes here, I thought they might be accessed, but they're not. There's just a little rubber bung, and that's to cause resistance. Can you see the little rubber bung there on the plastic? And that causes resistance to stop it just flopping around the place. Well, clearly this is in one lump here, and this has to come off, so maybe it just unclips. I'll do it at different angles. No. No. Obviously I'm unplugged. I wondered, you have to force something in here and prise it out. There's a little notch there. Is that the idea? Don't think so. I mean, the lamp's replaceable. It can't be that hard. There we go. It's just about knowing what to do. You do just force it out. It's on a little clip there. Okay. There we go. Easy when you know. Right, that's the 4 screws out. Let's see now what it looks like. No, the lamp looks intact, I think. The lamp looks intact. Okay. So we have both wires coming up here. I'm not sure if there's a fuse in here or whether it's just... whether that's just clipped together. Kind of looks like a small fuse holder, doesn't it? Not sure. What am I doing, Vince? What am I doing? I haven't even checked the fuse. 13 amp fuse. Yes. I would have got a beating in the comment section there if the fuse was blown. Fuse is okay. Right, now. So this is some sort of thermal protection thing, isn't it? So, has this blown? Maybe this has blown here. Let's see if we've got continuity across that. Yes, we have. What? So, neutral. Let's go to neutral. Is the neutral coming up to here then? No. Ah, what do you spy there? What do you spy there? I think we've got a thermal fuse in line. Oh, beg your pardon. I haven't turned it on. Turn it on here. Now, neutral. Are you getting to here? Yes, you are. So it's not the thermal fuse. Live. Are you getting to here? Yes, you are. So it should be working. Neutral. Are you going all the way to here? Yes, you are. So it must be the light. What was that rattling? Oh, here we go. We've got a couple of bits of broken plastic. Not quite sure where they've come from. I cannot see where those bits of plastic have come from. Well, I have looked absolutely everywhere and I cannot see anything that's broken. Unless, of course, it's from another model on the production line that those bits fell into. Really strange. I've looked everywhere. I've looked at every single one of these, all the way around here, and I can't see where it could be, and this back part looks perfect. Right, so I'm presuming now that this thing here has broken, so we have to give that a twist to take out, I believe. So let me get some gloves on. Also, it's not on here either, because this is a different plastic. This is thick everywhere. It's a bit weird though that this isn't working. Makes you think it has had a drop. And then for, you know, to find broken bits of plastic, you would say you're going to be certain that it's going to be from here, but it's very well hidden if it is from here. Right, let's give this a twist and take it out. Oh, I can see it's broken here. Right, let's use continuity and then I'll show you. So this is 220 volt, 200 watts. So we're on continuity, and if I go between here and here, you will see we don't have anything. Right, so there's no fixing that. That's just been broken in transit, or maybe it was on and then dropped and then it broke straight away. If you have a look here, you can see the break. So I'm just going to price up how much these are. A little coiled wire on the inside. Broken there to there.
2 weeks later.
Right, I've been looking up these lamps here and I was making a mistake of typing in infrared heat lamp. Now, you can get proper heat lamps if you think about going to a pub in a pub garden. You often see they're like red glowing things that give out a lot of heat. But this doesn't look like one of them, and this was the one that was in here. And I was looking at the box here and it does clearly say powerful halogen lamp of 200 watts. It doesn't say, you know, like heat lamp, it says halogen lamp. Now a halogen lamp is just what I would put in my floodlight in my garden. It's not an LED one, it's too old for that. It's just a floodlight that you put a halogen light into. So I thought, could it really just be a normal halogen light? Because this is making out of this like ceramic infrared and stuff like this, you know, all this kind of stuff. You think it's something special. But I watched a couple of reviews on them. And then in the comment section, there was quite a few people, not quite a few, but there was a handful of comments over a few videos that said, in fact, they are just a halogen light because these give off a huge amount of light and also give off a ton of heat as well as a byproduct of giving out the light. But I think the clever bit is actually done via here. So this is the thing that's blocking the UV light, because if you look here, it says here, about blocking UV light. Where's it say it? 100% UV blocker. Yep. And it's saying in the comment section that it blocks loads of the waveforms, but it doesn't block the waveform that you want to go through. Now, what I don't know is, by passing it through this red filter type thing, is it somehow penetrating your body more?
Or if you were to sit in front of a floodlight, would you get the exact same benefits? Because I've been reading the reviews. These things are not cheap. I've been reading the reviews on Amazon because different companies make them. And loads of people are saying, they help with my back pain. They helped with this. Nothing works, but this lamp works. I use it 15 minutes a day, blah, 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 blah. If these same people were to put a hairdryer on them, would the same effect happen? Or somehow, when you put heat through this red coloured glass here, is it somehow penetrating your muscles more? I don't know. Or is it all a bit of marketing, and is it just the fact of sitting in front of something that's warm, that's softening your muscles? I really don't know. So anyway, I don't think that there's anything fancy about this at all. I think it is just a halogen light. So rather than looking at the ones that were costing £20, I got, I think, 4 of them in here, or 5 of them, for something like £6.99 next day delivery on Prime. What did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this any different from here? What some people were saying is that heat lamps are designed with a thicker tungsten filament that will last a lot longer and concentrates more heat than light. But looking at these two, is there really any difference? Unless, of course, somebody's put the wrong light in from new, but I don't, not new, but, you know, before sending it back to Amazon, but I don't think so. Is that much thicker than that? Maybe a tiny bit. So maybe these do last longer than something like this. Maybe these do give off more heat than light than something like this. If you could add it down to the comment section, but I think it's just a normal halogen light. And maybe if I'd got a branded like Osram or something, maybe it would be a thicker tungsten filament here. Not too sure. Please add it all down in the comment section down below. But I'm going to put one of these in. Hopefully it's going to work as it's supposed to. If it doesn't, again, I will buy the correct ones for them because I think it's worth it. Even if I had to spend £15 on one, it's kind of worth it with the resale value of these, I think. Right, I am going to pop this one in, put it back together, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you it all working. But you can see there, they're 118 millimeters, which is the correct, and these are 200 watts, and the old one were 200 watts. You can see that they look identical as far as that's concerned. It's just whether or not the tungsten filament is thicker, which means that this would last longer, and also maybe give off more heat rather than light, possibly. While this is designed to give off light, and I'm just putting this in front of it to, you know, make you think you're getting healed. Right, that's in. I actually think that you're not supposed to be touching these ones because they're halogen, aren't they? So I should have really been wearing gloves. So it's probably full of oils now from my fingers. I'm just giving them a token clean with my sleeve, just to try to get rid of the oils. Also, that little knobbly bit there, is that designed to come out, or is that just part of the moulding process of the glass? I'm going to stick it out this way just in case it is supposed to concentrate some of the light out this way. Right, this has to actually go under here. That's why it's not closing properly. There, under this bit. I've probably got paw prints all over it now. So I think the clever thing here is this bit of glass. There we go. Also, you've got to sit close to it. I think you've got to be, I can't remember now what the instructions says, but I think it's like 30, it's got a little sign here saying 30 centimetres for 15 minutes. So if you were to put this on and stand a metre away, I don't think it's going to penetrate anything. So you can get proper infrared lamps that look like they don't put out any heat at all, or any colour or anything like that, but are supposed to penetrate in, but they're like professional expensive ones. So I guess what I'd like to know is what is happening here? You know, if you could just tell me, is it the same as sitting in front of a floodlight or sitting with a hairdryer on yourself? Which way does this go now? That way. And if this does work, which I presume they wouldn't be allowed to sell it if it didn't, what is it about the red light that penetrates in your skin? Right, there we go. Okay, let's plug it in. See if it's going to light up. I'm going to say yes. You ready? Boom! There we go. You're not supposed to... Oh, wow! Oh my word! It really is warm! God, that heats up very quick indeed. I suppose the thing is, you don't generally sit right underneath a floodlight, do you? I can't believe how much heat that's pumping out. Let me put this on my hand and you might be able to actually see my hand getting warmer. It comes with goggles, because if you're, I presume, putting it on your face, you'd need to wear goggles on this. Right, here we go. So, hand. Will we see my hand get any hotter? So, 34 degrees. 35. Well, I suppose what we have to do is turn this off. Measure my hand. Right, so in that position there now is 32 degrees. Now turn it on and I'll try to keep it in the same position. You can see it climbing. So it's going from about 32 to 36, 37. Well, there you go. That's proof that there's heat on there. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Should it be a specialist heat lamp that you would get for food warmers? Or do you think it is just designed to have a halogen like the box and the comments in some of the videos says it should be? I think it's probably just going to be a normal halogen. But yeah, if I need to get a special lamp, I will do.
Wax warmer.
Here we have one of these electric wax melt warmers. So the idea is you're supposed to put your cubes of nice scented wax on this top bit here, and the heat from the bulb is supposed to melt it. Annoyingly, they haven't included the top bit, so it's not in the box anywhere unless I find it elsewhere in the palette. I'm not really going to do anything with this. I just want to find out why it failed. So the reason it's been sent back isn't because the top bit's missing. This isn't actually working. So I've got it set to continuity now. They've also cut the plug off it as well. If I go onto the brown wire, which goes to the live point down here on the little connection, then I do have continuity. But when I do the same thing on the neutral wire, then we'll just take my word for it. I'll show you in a minute when I get over to the map. When I go onto the blue wire here, it's not coming on there. And I know the bulb itself is okay, because if I go to just normal ohms, and if I go between here and this bottom bit, you will see that we are getting a reading. So the bulb is going to be okay, 130 ohms. I just want to quickly, not spend much time, I just want to undo these little metal clips at the back here. I want to see why that blue wire's failed, just out of curiosity. Is it in here? Is it in here? And just then I know why the original item failed and was sent back. Okay, so I'm well in on the blue wire there, and if I go to here, on that outer one, you can hear... What? Oh. That worked for a second. There. Oh. Oh, so it's only the brown one which is switched. Why is it coming and going though? It's only the brown one which is switched. That's weird. And why is it such a high ohms? .35 ohms isn't right. That should be less than 1 ohm on my meter at the moment. All right. In which case then, if the blue isn't switched, it should be just directly through to here. These are just little tabs that's been folded over.
So the wire, got a strain relief there, and they put a little cable tie on it this side. I wonder, should that be inside there? I think that should be inside. It looks a bit weird there, it's been pulled a bit tight. Alright, well that comes up there, and then that goes into this bit here. So let's undo this and see what's happened. There we go. Just going to make myself a bit of slack. Well, that should be directly onto those bits. Can I ease this out? Yes, I can. That all looks perfect. Maybe it's a bad connection on here. Don't see how though, I can see copper. That's perfect. With low ohms. That's okay now, it's not coming and going. I wonder, is it iffy? An iffy connection in here somewhere where it's been bent. Let's do it again and give this a wiggle and see if it comes and goes. Right, rather than listening to that, let's just go straight to ohms and see if it varies when we move this. No. That is weird, because at the beginning that was coming and going and I had this jammed right into the cable, so it shouldn't have been coming loose. It's like there is a slight break somewhere, which has now sorted itself out. Well, that wire is very strong. I'm not sure. Well, there's definitely no break there. There's no break here, because if there was a break there by me pulling on this wire here, that should, you know, that amount of force would have broken it from there. So yeah, not quite sure what the problem is here, and maybe at the beginning, maybe I wasn't getting a good reading. I'm just going to put it back together, put a plug on it just to see if it's lighting up. It's nice that they're doing these little push fit connectors. So it's like the Wagos, there's a bit of metal here and it's always constantly under pressure. So you just push the wire in here and then it just stays locked in. So now you can see that that's locked in there. Okay, so plugs on, back together. Went back on a treat with those little tabs. So let's see now. So you can hear there. It's working all the time. And this one is on and off. So that's working. And if that's off, the neutral should still be on. Yeah. So it's only the the live which is switched. So 100% the bulb now has to work. Plug it in, and here we go. Boom. Excellent. That's a nice little lamp actually, the way it's been done there. That looks pretty stylish. So a bit of a shame that the top thing's missing, because unless I have another one of these in the palette, it is actually, well, the best part off useless. If I'm trying to work out what's happened here. It didn't work when I had it on video, and also when I tested it beforehand. So there's either two things. Maybe when I was putting my probes into the plug at the ends, not the plug, the wire, I wasn't in the right position. I think I was. Or there must have been something wrong. Now, I don't think it was the wiring, because it's all new, and when I tugged it, it didn't feel like it was coming apart. I'm wondering where the actual blue wire went into the connection for here. Maybe that was a little bit iffy, you know, the little push fit thing. Maybe there was a bit of dirt in there, maybe it wasn't pushed in properly, maybe it was pushed in too far and it was gripping onto the sheath. I might work out what it is when I edit the video back, but yeah, I'm not too sure. But it does appear to be working now.
Summary?
Well, luckily for me, that heat lamp is really expensive. Some websites are selling it for £120. Other websites seem to have the same or similar ones for about £60 odd. I found a UK eBay seller selling one for £35.99. So I'm going to put it down as £30. Again, bit of a guesstimate, but I would only sell it for this, 50% of retail, if I know that the lamp is the correct one. If I really do need to put a different lamp in there, then I will buy that, and then it might be worth that. But if I have to buy a £20 lamp, again, you can see that there's no money to be made. But I'm hoping I've got the correct lamp in there, but I'll only know that after I read the comment section. And when it comes to the wax warmer, well, it's incomplete, so it's not worth anything. So today's value is £30. Let's see what day 13 brings. Thanks for watching, everyone.